you.
Okay.
Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, Ms. Dobbins, tell me what you want me to know.
So is this for the second time he showed up? Is this for the initial arrest, or is this for, because he got arrested, he got bonded out, he showed backup. Is this the court date for the second?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So everything that was stated was true. He showed up, he was knocking on the door, whatever. I had cameras. The police were called, and then I showed them the bond or the statement that he was to have no contact. He got arrested again. The reason why I had the Camaro was because he totaled my F-150 that I had that was paid off, so I did not have a vehicle at the time. But other than that, I mean...
Okay. So this is one of those cases where everybody's technically right and everybody is on the edge of what I usually get upset about. So Mr. Dobbins should not have gone back to the house. He should have called the police first before he went to the house, but he went to the house without calling the police. So that is a violation of my bond order, clearly. So he's entered a plea of guilty. Ms. Dobbins, are y'all divorced?
No, but I would like to be.
Okay, what's taking you so long to get a divorce?
There's a no contact order, so I was waiting to figure out what was going on with court before I filed the divorce papers.
Okay, I don't know who didn't make this clear, but anything through the courts does not violate the no contact order. So you can file for divorce anytime you want to, as long as y'all have communication through the courts. That's not a violation.
Okay, well then I'll see y'all soon.
Okay, I'm just saying, but y'all have children, is that correct?
One.
Okay. Let me just admonish both of you. I say this because divorce is really hard on people, but it's hardest on children because sometimes parents get caught up in their feelings and the issues that they have with each other, and they forget that there's a child involved. At some point, you all had enough respect and love for each other to be in a relationship and to have a child. And no matter what happens in this divorce process, don't forget that. Don't let your anger or your issues with each other overshadow what happens with your child, because you can really damage a child when y'all are so focused on getting back at each other. Now, Mr. Dobbins, I get that you wanted your Camaro, but if you left her without transportation, why would you think that it didn't make sense for her to drive the available car to drive around because she has the kids? Okay. You don't have the kids. You can take Marta.
Right. And this happened a couple years ago. So
you're telling me you've matured since then?
Yes, I have matured a lot since then. I went to prison. Henry County sent me to prison for a year, and I used my time very wisely, and I've educated myself. And I don't know if my wife can hear me, but if she can, I would like to say that I would like to remain married. I'd like to work it out if I can, but if not,
I don't think that's going to happen, Mr. Dobbins. But
if not, I understand, and I'll take the steps that she would like me to take to get the divorce or whatever or whatnot. I do believe that I try to work every second that I have outside of here for our kids. So I just want to put that in.
So he's claiming kids, Mrs. Dobbins. So that means you have some children that he took care of, or he has some children that you took care of. Is that correct?
My kids are very well taken care of. I do everything in my power to take care of them.
No, I'm not. No.
I haven't seen any money. So okay. No, he doesn't take care of no kids.
All right. So Mr. Dobbins, let me tell you something. She clearly wants a divorce. She's going to go forward with the divorce. Right. You're still going to have to be a father, but you got to show her you can't father from prison. You can't father from jail. Listen to me now. So you got to straighten up and fly right and not mess up, because you know if you went to prison, then there's probably still a violation of a probation or something hanging out, or parole hanging out there, where you could possibly go back if you mess up again. So what I'm saying to you is, this is your opportunity not to prove to her that you've changed, but to prove to your child that
Right.
you've changed.
Now,
Because that's what is going to matter. If she sees you standing up and being a father to your child and being the right kind of father, then that's going to matter to her whether y'all get back together or not, because it doesn't, the remote romance part, that's probably gone.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you being a co-parent and a support for the health and well-being of your children, that has to be your priority. You understand?
And I do want to do that, but how do I do that with this?
Well, what I'm telling you is, you will have whatever, if the Superior Court decides that you all are to have structured contact, that is not going to be a violation of my order. But it has to come through the Superior Court judge that determines your divorce. Anything I say stands until a Superior Court judge says, okay, I know y'all have a no contact order or a limited contact order, but that we're going to give you contact based on what the Superior Court judge says. So any contact that's ordered by a judge is not a violation. But you have to remember, Mr. Dobbins, you can't just roll up on her. You can't just decide you're going to go show up and see the kid. You can't do any of those things.
Right.
You either have to follow my order or the order of a judge higher than me.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so please understand that it's not her you're trying to impress. It's the fact that you abandoned a child for over a year because of your hot-headed actions that landed you in prison.
Right. I agree.
Okay, we're clear. All right. So,
and Your Honor, can you please add to the state's recommendation the victim does not want any contact with the defendant? Okay, thank you.
So for Dobbins, the state has recommended a 90-day stay in jail, family violence intervention, and $1,000 fine. Based
and
on
no
the fact,
contact with the victim.
and no contact. Based on the fact that Mr. Dobbins has not had a job and the $1,000 would not be going to Mrs. Dobbins, I'm not ordering it. If any money that he has needs to go directly to her for child support. So I don't want money coming to me or to the, not me, but to the court for a fine in the amount of $1,000 plus $420 in surcharges, if that's money that can go to Miss Dobbins. So, yes, ma'am.
I don't want any money.
Ms. Dobbins, I'm not, this is about a fine. So what I'm saying to you is I don't want a fine paid. If the Superior Court or somebody orders child support, it is not, and please stop saying I don't want any money, because it's not your money. It's your child's money. So it doesn't matter what you want. Your child is entitled to have the support financially, emotionally, physically of both parents. And so when you say, I don't want any money, that's not your money. You're giving away something that belongs to your child, not to you. Everybody knows you're a strong woman and you can take care of everything. You don't have to keep proving that. But if there's money on the table for your child, you need to get that money. Don't be stupid.
Yes, ma'am.
I love these women. I don't need no money. Yes, you do. It's not your money. It's your child's money. You could always have more. I got 2 boys. They growing out of shoes and clothes every time you blink. So yes, ma'am. You need that money. Don't ever say that. It's not your money.
Yes.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't need that to be paid for a fine to the county when the Superior Court might order him to pay that in child support. I want that money available for your child.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So how long has he been in jail?
Judge, so he's been locked up this time since the initial date of lockup that the state ended up telling me, but that's for this time coming in. So he's been in this time since, let's see, well,
January 28th.
January 28th, Judge, but he was initially arrested back in 2023. He did about a day and he bonded out. Then he went to prison in Henry County for a year.
Okay. All
Comes
right.
back and he served from May to August, potentially serving for the felony case. I understand that.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Lynch.
Yes,
All
Judge.
right. 12 months, 60 days, credit for time served, balance will be probated for him to take a family violence intervention program. The $1,000 fine will be suspended, so that you, Mr. Dobbins, you need to take that family violence intervention program very seriously. It's a 24-week course. It will require you to attend. If you miss more than 3 sessions, they'll make you start it all over again. That is my priority. So if you're confused about what I want from you, I want you to show up for probation. That's priority number 1. If you don't do it, you'll be rearrested. I want you to do the family violence intervention program. Learn from the course. Figure out how to be a better person, a better communicator, a better father. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then have no contact with Ms. Dobbins or the children until such time as a superior court judge acting in its family law capacity can order visitation, custody, or any of those things that you all will be dealing with the divorce. Okay.
Okay.
The one exception is you can mail her money for child support, a money order with nothing written on the envelope but her address and the name of the child.
I don't have the address.
Okay, well then
I
don't worry.
don't need it. I mean, I see her shaking her head.
Okay, no, don't worry about it. Just do whatever the Superior Court orders for the divorce.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Dobbins, see how far you have messed up and see how far you have to go. You had a wife and a child, or children, because she has other children, I would presume. And this whole thing has gone so far down the drain that you don't even know where they are anymore. See how far you got to go to catch up.
Right.
All right. Just remember that, Mr. Dobbins, it's on you to prove that you have changed and you can be a better father and co-parent.
Yes, ma'am. Can I say something for the record?
What do you want to tell me for the record?
Again, my life is based off the kids. Like, I'm trying to work for the kids.
But you got to prove that, Mr. Dobbins.
I am. And
you've been in prison for a year. Your kids don't even know where you were.
Yeah, I mean, but the last couple of weeks, I've been spending time with my other son. I've been putting my houses up for Airbnbs. I started up a TV mountain business. I got my management position back in the steel mill. I mean, I've been doing a lot. It ain't like I haven't been just doing anything.
Good.
Even though I haven't been able to communicate with my wife, I don't understand. It's not meant for me to understand, but I just want her to know that.
No, it's meant for you to understand. There comes a time when there's a breaking point, and when she decides she doesn't want to have contact with you because you haven't acted properly in the marriage, that's the breaking point. So what you do from now forward is you concentrating on being a good parent and a good provider. That's where you are right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's where you are.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you'll meet with probation, and once you meet with probation, they'll explain everything. But like I said, the quickest way to get rearrested is to not report for probation. We clear?
Yes, ma'am. Now I do have probation in Henry County still. So how do I get that? Am I just have 2 different probations, or do I?
Yep. You're gonna have to figure it out.
Okay.
Do less, Mr. Dobbins. That's all I'm saying. Do less.
Yeah, this is more.
All right. All right, Ms. Dobbins, you good?
Yes, thank you.
All right. And if somebody's trying to do something good for your child, don't ever turn it down.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. All right.